Hello everyone, welcome back! Welcome back to what I think is going to be a court case. Or it could be a random thing with a magic show. I don't know. Is it going to be a magic show, everyone? I don't think it is. I think we're going to court. Are you ready, everyone? We're about to sue someone today. Because we're a prosecutor, right? No, oh wait, no, we're a defense attorney. What are we doing? I'm confused. It is a court, though. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. June 16th, 9:46 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Huh, Mr. Wright's not here today? He said that his old foot injury was acting up. Old injury? He was all smiles yesterday. Yes, he smiled when he said, "We'll be fine as long as you're there, Trucy." Yes, fine. We'll be fine. Here comes justice. I started my voice training at 5 this morning. Oh, do some now. I want to see or hear. Huh? Oh, okay. My name is Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. ... That sounds more like a self-mantra than voice training. I'm fine. You know what I'm saying. Oh. Good morning. Yo, sup? Hit me with a guilty verdict, G. See if I care. You just hang loose and let things go with the flow, you know what I'm saying? Not really. Walkie, don't be running your mouth like that in here. See, that's the difference between me and you, old man. I ain't afraid of no cops. Real G's can't keep it real till they spend some hard time in the pen. You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Sounds like they've both been voice training too, Apollo. My worst fears realized. The trial is starting, and I still haven't had a real talk with my client. Yeah, I suppose. I mean, you kind of want to get to know your client first, right? June 16th, 10 a.m., District Court, or Courtroom number 4. But knowing our luck, this probably go to a second or third day anyway, and we're going to end up talking with them plenty of times, right? Of course. Sure, at least I think that would make sense. Court is now in session for the trial of Walkie Kitaki. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready to rock and roll here, Judge. Ah, it's him, the Wright guy from yesterday. He's a prosecutor? It's Mr. Gavin's brother. ... Long time no see, Prosecutor Gavin. Were you taking a leave of absence? You know that little band I started in my free time? Thing is, we got real popular. Hard to say 9 to your... Oh, I see. 9 to your fans when three of your singles go platinum, yeah? So he's completely German. So this whole cool guy act I'm going with him isn't even... That's the voice I kind of gave the red white sort of ish, but I don't know. I kind of slightly modified, maybe? I don't really know. I don't know if it's really modified. It could be exactly the same. I'm thinking it's modified, but that voice might not be fitting for him. I have to go a little bit German on this, perhaps. I don't really know. I didn't read that, did I? Whoops. I fear that you might still be distraught over that one trial. Not to worry, Herr Judge. I wouldn't miss this day in the court for the world. It's worth even more than VIP passes to one of my concerts, yeah? How could I pass up a chance to see the true strength of the little boy who bested my brother? ... It was worth canceling a show or two. Understood. You may give your opening statements to the court. Before that, I was thinking, is the air in this courtroom not a bit serious? It is a court of law. That's no way to get the crowd jumping, Herr Judge. They're not supposed to jump. This is a courtroom. Achtung, baby. Today we play it my way. What's that? Noise. Sometimes you have to get on up in order to get down to prosecuting. This is crazy. The victim, Paul Maractus, director of the Maractus Clinic. The scene, People Park. He was found pulling a noodle stand. What in the world was a doctor doing pulling a noodle stand? Excuse me. Yes, I believe you will only find that out by asking the defendant right here, right now. because it's an undeniable truth that he shot the victim. What do you mean, undeniable? If you are to glare at anyone, Herr Justice, glare at the punk in the defendant's chair. His crime was witnessed quite clearly, you see. Very well. Please admit this witness to the court. Nay, not yet. First, there is a little matter to be cleaned up. You talk without the accompaniment or something like that. I swear I could see the guitar for a second. What is it, Prosecutor Gavin? Actually, before I go on with this real quick, I put a random poll in on, what was it, like, I think episode 2 or something like that. I was like, does Christoph Gavin remind you of Jade Curtis? For some reason, I never thought to bring that up in any of the 4 episodes regarding that case. But, because I actually didn't think about it until after I was done recording those episodes. But Christoph Gavin kind of reminded me a little bit of Jade Curtis a little bit, for some reason. It might have been the voice I gave him, it might have been the glasses, it might have been the hair. I don't know, he seemed, aside from the murder, he seemed like that kind of person. Like, he could have been like a Jade Curtis type, really, if he was a good guy, anyway. So, I don't know, he reminded me of him a little bit, and you guys apparently agreed with that. There's only 2 you voted in that poll, but, you know, the 2 of you agreed with me. He reminds you of Jade Curtis, so cool, neat. The motive here, Judge. Why did the little punk do it? Why did he kill the director of the Maractus Clinic? Objection! Not so fast. The defendant doesn't have to explain that. Oh, but what if the defendant specifically requests to do so, as he did this morning? I want to give a shout out to all my homies. Oh, I thought I said honeys for a second there. Like, geez, he must be zealous apparently. So, Christoph is zealous, or I mean, Christoph is Jaden. Clavier is zealous. No, I'm just kidding, but he's not. He says homies. I believe you said. What? What is right? They always say that on the stage. You should hit the crowd with speed and ferocity. Sounds like he got you good, huh, Paulie? Well, this is highly unusual. But the court will now hear from the defendant concerning his motive in the crime. So, you, son, are the defendant, Walkie, are you? I ain't your son, old man. You step on a Kataki, you best be prepared to step strong. You step to a public official, you'd best be prepared to step in jail. You gotta hand it to him, Walkie sure has guts. It's not his guts I'm worried about. Well then, the court will now hear the testimony and the defendant's motive. I was just seeing if there was any other evidence that I didn't remember being added in for some reason. From the defendant himself. Witness testimony. Walkie Kataki's truth. I'll tell you one thing, that doctor was a quacker. Someone had to show him what's what. I was in his clinic about a half year ago. He messed up my op something bad. And he just lets me go without a word. See you later, bye. So I gotta go and get another doc to patch me up. That was the day I done figured it out. No OG's gonna let that pass. That's why I went to his pad that night. Know what I'm saying? No, I don't know what you're saying. You're saying you were one of the victim's patients. A lot of stuff goes down when you're keeping it real on the street, true dat. I tell you one thing, that doc was whack. Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. I can't believe this is the first time I'm hearing about all of this. Yeah, that's why you don't take cases that you don't know what you're doing with it, right? I'll tell you one thing, that doctor was a quacker. See now? Does that mean he was a duck? I hope he was a duck. I mean, that's the only thing that would really explain his quacking problem. What else could possibly explain it? Seriously, everyone. I mean, you know. If you know, please let me know. I would love to know that, actually. Anyway, was he a quacker? I approve. I approve. He's a human, not a duck. There you go. First of all, the word you're looking for is quack. And isn't that a little harsh? He's your family doctor. Who asked you, pointy locks? Just who do you think you are? Your lawyer? Look, I ain't trying to hear that. He was quacker, plain and simple. Man, he wants to be guilty just like a certain other person from the first game. My goodness. Someone had to show him what's what. Lana Skye from the Ace Attorney 1, in case you're wondering who I was talking about there. I'm not trying to hide spoilers. I just say it like that for no reason, you know? I don't know. By someone, you mean, was there anyone with a score to settle with this doctor? Besides you, I mean? Better ask somebody else, Holmes. What do I care? I made up my own mind and did what had to be done, straight gangsta style. But why were you so mad at this doctor? Yo, sit back and listen while I drop it, J-Man. I was in his clinic about a half a year ago. He messed up my, something bad. So you were a patient at the Maractus clinic half a year ago. For what reason? I had what you might call a mark of honor. Can you explain precisely what was wrong? We had a little run-in with the Rivalis family. That's when I pulled a jack move. And ran into an ambush. G busted a cap right in me. According to my sources, you couldn't stand the stress of waiting. And ran in 15 minutes before the appointed time by yourself. Hey, I was more than a match for those guys. So you were carried to the Maractus clinic from there? Apparently, he was shot in the heart. Shot in the heart and he's still alive? I can catch bullets between my teeth, but I never learned how to catch them with my heart. That bullet stopped just short of my thumper. You know what I'm saying? I would have been golden if it weren't for that whack doc. Can't even take out a stupid bullet. So, as you say, the surgery was a failure. That ain't all of it, Holmes. Or was it? And then he just lets me go without a word. See you later, bye. What do you mean he just let you go without a word? What do you think it means? It's whack, that's what. I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds bad. It sounds as though Herr Doctor wished to hide his mistake. That is why he let the defendant go. He's a liar, straight up. He's badder G than me. Is he now? So I gotta go in. Get another doc to patch me up. So, this bullet is still... You know it, I can still feel it. Right there in my chest, pressing up against my heart. Your words are like a bullet shot straight into my heart. Or something to that effect. Incidentally, that's from one of our hit singles. Oh, well, that sounds like a straightforward case of malpractice. Word, J-Man, weren't no accident, that's for shizzle. It seems that there were issues with this doctor. Man, putting him down was like doing the world a favor. Walkie, please consult your lawyer before saying things like that. Chin up, Apollo, back straight! But why did this mistake only come to light that day? It was found during the family health checkup. Family checkup? That was the wackiest thing of all. All SGs lining up, taking eye exams and all that. Better to die young than fade away, Bezoy. A relief to hear. What's a relief? Oh, did your father not tell you? That bullet you carry so close to your heart, if not attended to immediately, it could kill you. What? Yes, Herr Doctor Maractus has knowledge concerning this ticking time bomb in you. Knowledge that could have saved your life. No way, that's whacked. There is proof. Your checkup report. Walkie's checkup report added the... Wait a second, I just thought of something randomly. If Clavier is German, which I'm assuming he is based off of what he's saying, because he's using a lot of German words, I'm pretty dang sure. And people were saying, oh, there's gonna be a lot of German words in this game. Well, I think it's because of this guy, more than likely, so... Does that mean he is German, or is he just speaking German for no reason at all? I mean, does that mean that Christoph was also German? I mean, I don't know. He didn't really seem like he was speaking with a German mannerism, but I don't really know. Who knows, really? Anyway, that was added to the record. How ironic you would have killed the one man capable of helping you. Well then, if you say so. Results from a checkup performed in June. Metallic object found near heart. Waki Kitaki, age 19, male, June 14th. Metallic object found near heart. Urgent exam needed. Or is it? Maybe it really isn't that urgent. I have no proof, of course. You're almost as careless as he was. Ha 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 ha. Dot 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 dot. Dot 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 dot. Well, now that the place is hopping, let's get this gig started. Started? We've had enough of a warm-up act, yeah. Time to hear from the witness. Lucky sure is quiet all of a sudden. I'm a little uneasy myself. Is this Gavin's strategy? Oh, hello there. Anyway, that's kind of interesting. So, you will tell us your name and occupation. I haven't even seen this guy. Who is he? I'm not really sure where to go with this. Profiles, please. I would like to... Oh, I'd like to see... Okay, whatever. I see there's no profile for this guy yet. Well, let's look at these new people, shall we? Fourth boss of the Kataki family. Waki's father. Wears an apron. Don't ask. Age 56. Age 19. Defendant. Heir to the Kataki family empire. And I think I already looked at that. Age 46. Paul Maractus. The victim. The director of the Maractus clinic. Died pulling the noodle stand. Why was he pulling the noodle stand, though? Why? Well then, anyway, Oh, I know. Duh. Okay, this is easy.
My name is Wesley Stickler. My occupation, I take it you, a profit society at large and supports a livelihood, under which definition I must confess to being unemployed. However, we must acknowledge the meaning of identity, which is commonly attached to this notion of occupation. And once we have accepted this reality, we see our confusion is not dulled. For see, the vagueness inherent in all representations of thought.
By which he means to say that he is a student. A junior at Ivy University, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, in the Department of Science and Engineering. Filled with curiosity for all things, I spend my days in pursuit of truth, holding my...
Herr Stickler, please direct said curiosity to the case at hand today. Very well. Mr. Stickler, please testify to the court about what you saw on the night of the crime.
You asked quite simplistically what I saw. However, I understand that Homo sapiens possess two ways they designed to receive and interpret data, sending images in the form of signals to...
Witness testimony, a night in the park.
That night, I passed through the park on the way home from shopping when I saw them. One man pulling a stand, another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was a defendant. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. A shot. The bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead.
Was there anyone else in the park at that time?
I can say with 100% accuracy that there was not.
Well, the pistol our witness refers to is this. The court accepts this into evidence. Pistol added to the court record. Very well. Mr. Justice, you may cross-examine the witness. Yes, Your Honor. ... Trucy, why are you staring like that at the witness? That man! I can't help but feel I've seen him somewhere before. ... Where have you seen him before? I do wonder about that. Anyway, though, actually I'm also curious, though, is Mr. what's his name? Well, I can't actually look at him right now, but is Clavier, or whatever the heck his name is, however you pronounce his name, is he an undefeated prosecutor like all the prosecutors we've faced in the past? I do wonder about that, actually. Well, heck, I mean, yeah, you even saw the first loss of Winston Payne in one of these games. I think it was the third game, if I'm not mistaken, actually, where you saw that. Why does that make sense? It just does, because they went back in time. That's why. Explanations. That night I passed
through the park on my way home from shopping when I saw them.
Did you really see them? Well, I'm not so sure. I might present the map and just show that, you're wrong. No siree. I'm gonna bust you right this very moment. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. I highly doubt that's the answer, but you never know. You never know. On the way home from shopping, you say? Why go through the park?
Ah, fascinating inquiry. Revealing me culpable of being insufficiently verbose. Let us consider the time saved by passing through the park on the way home from the store. In that time, I am capable of solving 2 GMAT problem sets. On average, it requires me 3 minutes and 24 seconds. Ergo, this time to complete 2 is on average 6 minutes 48 seconds. However, in the case that the questions are in verbal category, admittedly not.
That's enough. Enough. I get the idea. Mr. Justice, the court hopes you finish cross-examination sometime this month. Please, I've recorded a book. I have a recording booked after this trial. And I've got a show to perform. Gee, sorry you're all so busy. I know, right? I mean, who cares about the law, right?
One man pulling a sin, another man facing it.
Were these men talking by any chance?
Ah, now that you mention it, they were, though I cannot claim I heard them clearly. Only fragments, such as you lied to me. Oh, and I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine, pal.
It's just as our defendant claims. I believe he wished to teach the victim what it felt like to take a bullet in the heart. If that's true, then this is a vital piece of testimony. Sounds like he heard them clearly enough to me.
Might I be allowed to amend my testimony?
What now?
To be precise, he did not say pal, but man. Yes, that was the way of it. I swear it on my diploma.
What's the difference? And this other man, who was he?
I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant.
How can you be so sure it was the defendant? The crime took place at night. It would have been too dark.
Perhaps I was remiss in not mentioning this earlier.
Huh?
You see, in class, I always sit in the very backmost seat. Do you know why?
Who cares?
Because I do not wish anyone to copy my perfect notes.
And this relates to your testimony, how?
I mention this to illustrate my predisposition to that which is perfect. It was dark, you say, yet there are lights in the park. If I say the defendant was in the park that night, then he was in the park that night. It is a hard, immutable fact.
He sure is confident. He seems to be telling the truth, too. I know, right? We'll bust him eventually.
It is handheld, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand.
Are you sure the pistol you saw is the same one that just submitted as evidence?
Am I sure? Surely you jest. Or so a common witness would be tempted to say.
Huh?
Yet I am no common witness. I see not only events as they are, but the logical structure governing these events. First, we must consider the fact that it was my field of vision due to insufficient levels of illumination, considering that the pistol with yellow color object A was indeed shrouded. Becoming difficult, certainly object A was indeed object A.
I think he means we couldn't see it. He couldn't see it that clearly. Bleh. Bleh. My badge for a normal witness.
Yet the fact that a pistol was fired before my eyes is indisputable. I can still see it when I close my eyes. The defendant raised his weapon. A shot. The bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead. I didn't mean to do that.
He seems pretty confident in his testimony.
We always make the biggest mistakes when we're our most confident. He's got a weak point somewhere, Apollo. Find it.
Right. I better give that testimony another listen. Yeah, like that one that I completely skipped over on accident, right? That might be a good one. Let's see. In his hand. Yeah, okay, that was the one I already pressed. And this is the one. There we go. Are you absolutely certain only one shot was fired?
Yes, of course it was one shot. Why do you ask?
Aha! Contradiction, finally! Mr. Stickler, according to the court record, the pistol was fired twice. A clear contradiction! Good eyes, Herr Justice. Yeah, cool, real cool. Eh? You really think so? Yet there is no reason why this other shot had to have been fired that night. Meaning... This pistol came from the Kitaki family mansion, yeah? I think it's not unreasonable to assume the pistol had been fired once before that night, during perhaps another altercation. He's got a point.
Judging from his smug expression, I'd say Prosecutor Gavin had that answer ready before you even spotted the problem.
He seems pretty confident in his testimony.
We always make the biggest...
Okay, so, well, it's a little bit interesting that they would point out a contradiction like that, though. During the fight, fingerprints were wiped. Really? The fingerprints were wiped, you say? Well, either way, results from a check of a metallic object found in your heart. Maybe this is the other one that was shot at him, perhaps? Nah. Oh, wait, June 14th. Wait, when was this again? What is today? June 14th. I don't even know. I forgot. I forgot already. Everyone, my gosh. Oh, time of death, June 14th. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. So apparently the same exact day then? Perhaps? Perhaps so? I don't even know, really. No, that wouldn't make any sense. You got shot the same day? Maybe. Maybe not. Anyway, I don't know. There's a possibility, though. Let's see. Let's look at this again. That night I passed through the park on my way home from shopping when I saw them. One man pulling a stand and another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant. One man pulling a stand... Wait. Okay, I went backwards there. I was like, what just happened? I saw him quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant. His hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. But there was also a knife involved in this, too. Where does this relate, though? Also known as a shiv found at the crime scene bearing Waki's prints. In his hand he held... Wait a second. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. Should I just present the knife? A shot. The bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead. Okay. So, I think I'm going to try the knife here. I don't know if I'm too quick on the draw here, but I feel like that could be a possibility here anyway. Heck with it, I'll try it. Oh, no, really? Are you sure? Come on now. He had a knife too. There was a knife. Okay. The witness's statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. ... I'm sorry, but I can say nothing faulty. Unfortunately, I'll have to penalize you, Mr. Justice. Ugh, I must be on the wrong track. How could I be? I don't think that made any sense, though. Well, okay. A square in the forehead, though. Okay. Maybe I'll look at this again. The right temple. What does that mean, right temple? Is that square in the forehead, or is that what does that mean? Huh. Anyway, damage to the brain resulting from the bullet wound. Well, I guess I could give the autopsy report a shot. Hold on. So the victim died pulling it. Bullet hit the man pulling a stand from the front square. Okay. Okay, so that checks out, I guess. Nothing there. Results from a check I performed in June. Metallic object. Blah. Blah, 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 blah. I don't really know what we're going with here. I guess I'm going to try the autopsy report. Might be a good idea, perhaps. Alright, let's do this. Phew. If that's all of it, I think I have a chance. Is that you? Relaxing, I see, Herr Justice. Huh? Oh, ahem. Objection! Once is quite enough, Mr. Justice.
Apollo, pace yourself. This trial's not over yet.
Right. Look at this. The autopsy report. Is there a problem with the autopsy report? Right. A problem. Problem. Yes, the problem is the location of the entry wound. The location? You testify that the killer shot the victim square in the forehead, did you not?
I have already determined your angle of inquiry. Allow me to explain it. Quite simple, really. First, understand that when I say square, I speak not geometrically absolute. What do I mean by this? For example, the deflection of a meter is 1 point... The wavelength of light emitted by krypton, we all know. In addition, it is a well-known fact that the kryptonic particles are rare, which points to a basic fallacy in your line of reasoning, namely...
Mr. Justice, Yes? What was your objection to these, krypton particle things? This is a big time, and you are obsessed with something so small you disappoint me. No, I'm obsessed with something big. I mean, there's a bigger, less nitpicky problem here. Do tell. Just look at the autopsy report. The location of the entry wound was the Wright temple.
Temple?
Mr. Stickler, you said quite clearly the victim was shot square in the forehead. That's a contradiction, isn't it? It is, right? Finally!
Objection!
Wait, that didn't sound very German, though. I'm freaking confused. I don't care. I'm sticking with this for no reason at all. Herr Justice. Oh, Herr Justice. Yes? Your tactics are outdated, trying to shake the witness by objecting to trifles. Surely you haven't forgotten the fatal wound your master suffered 7 years ago? Phoenix Wright, was it? ... Look, I know the wound was in the wrong place according to this testimony.
Yeah!
Hey, Herr Forehead. Forehead? Let us imagine you are walking through the park. You see two men facing each other, one with a pistol trained on the other. What would you do, Herr Forehead? Well, I guess I would just try to stop them. I'd probably shout, "Stop!" And you, Fraulein?
Me? Well, I'd probably scream, "Eek!"
And you, Herr Stickler? What did you shout, I wonder?
Ack!
The victim turned his head at the last moment. Gulp!
Ah, yes, thank you for jogging my memory.
It sounds like an addendum. The testimony is required. Witness's testimony, Night in the Park 2.
As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. "Cease this at once, you two," I cried with composure. The victim turned in the direction of my voice, and our shot rang out. Whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have become frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene.
I see. So you attempted to stop the crime.
Indeed, with composure.
Well, maybe the criminal wouldn't have fired if he hadn't shouted like that.
That doesn't really matter now, unfortunately. Let us consider this new testimony, shall we? Observe the diagram, if you would. The witness, Mr. Stickler, was it, stood here. He shouted, "Oh, stop, please," or something of this nature. And the victim responded by looking in the witness's direction. If the killer were to have fired at just that moment, as we can see, the bullet would have struck the right temple as in the report. That does seem to be the case.
Witness the power of the Junior and Ivy University Departments of Science.
Very well, Mr. Justice. You may cross-examine the witness. Oh, will I now? Will I really? I don't know about that, actually. I mean, I think we're actually at the end of this episode.
As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action.
Did you? Did you now? Well, I suppose we'll find out if he took any real action in the next exciting episode. What do you think, everyone? You think this guy's gonna give us the decisive evidence we need? Excuse me. You think he's gonna give us that? I don't know. I don't know, everyone. It's really hard to tell right now. It's too early in this court case. Well, I just started this after all. And there's so many things that could just happen, like this, and that. And then he does one of these, and then he does one of those. Oh my gosh, geez, he just does so many poses. It's like the most amazing thing ever. Whoa! I think I broke the guy. Jeez, poor guy. My goodness. Well, I did a terrible action, everyone, so I think I'm just gonna leave now. So, wow!